Episode 1: Why Your Google Ads Are Burning Cash with No Return, E-commerce Edition. Hey there, online entrepreneurs and e-commerce business owners. Welcome to the SEO Playbook, E-commerce Edition. I'm your host, Antonio, and if you're here, chances are you're tired of watching your hard-earned money disappear into the Google Ads black hole. You know what I'm talking about? That sinking feeling when you check your ad spend and realize you've blown through another $2,500 this month with nothing to show for it except a lighter bank account and a heavier heart. Look, I get it. I've been there. I've seen e-commerce store owners who are selling amazing products, handcrafted soaps that could make your skin feel like silk, tech gadgets that solve real problems, digital courses that change people's lives, and yet they're struggling to get consistent sales because they're stuck in this expensive Google Ads trap. So today, we're going to talk about why your Google Ads are probably burning through your cash faster than a teenager with their first credit card, and more importantly, what you can do about it. Stick around because by the end of this episode, you're going to understand why SEO isn't just some fancy marketing buzzword. It's literally the difference between renting your visibility and owning it. The $100 a day nightmare that's keeping you awake. Let me paint you a picture that's probably all too familiar. It's Monday morning, you're sipping your coffee, probably your third cup because, let's be honest, Monday mornings are rough, and you decide to check how your Google Ads performed over the weekend. You log into your account and there it is. $300 spent, 127 clicks, 2 add to carts, and exactly 0 sales. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Nothing. Now, if you're like most e-commerce business owners, your first thought is probably something along the lines of, well, maybe people just aren't buying online right now. But here's the thing, and this is where it gets really frustrating. You know people are buying products like yours online. You know there are folks out there searching for organic soap, looking for the perfect tech gadget, or trying to learn new skills through online courses. The demand is there, but somehow, some way, your ads aren't connecting you with those customers. So what's going on? Why are you paying Google's mortgage while your own business bank account sits there looking sadder than a deflated balloon? The 3 deadly sins of e-commerce, Google Ads, and why they're costing you a fortune. Sin number 1, the everything store. Website. Here's what happens, and I see this all the time. Someone searches for organic lavender soap because they want to treat themselves to something luxurious for their evening bath routine. They're ready to buy, they click on your ad because it promises premium organic soaps, and they land on your homepage. But then, and this is where it all goes wrong, they land on your homepage that says something like premium lifestyle products. We sell soaps, candles, essential oils, home decor, kitchen gadgets, tech accessories, and apparently everything else under the sun. Your visitor came looking for lavender soap, and instead they found an online department store. They're overwhelmed, confused, and most importantly, they're not sure you're actually focused on quality soaps. So what do? They hit the back button faster than you can say, shopping cart abandonment, and now you're out the cost of that click with nothing to show for it. It's like going to a restaurant because you're craving the best pizza in town, but when you walk in, the menu has pizza, sushi, tacos, burgers, Chinese food, and apparently they also do oil changes in the back. You'd probably think, this place can't possibly be good at everything, and walk right back out. Sin number 2, the mobile disaster. Here's a fun fact that might not be so fun for your bank account. Over 60% of e-commerce traffic comes from mobile devices. People aren't sitting at their desktop computers carefully researching products anymore. They're browsing on their phones during their lunch break, shopping while waiting for the bus, or making impulse purchases while binge-watching Netflix. But here's where it gets really painful. If your product pages take more than 3 seconds to load on mobile, or if your Add to Cart button isn't prominently displayed and easy to tap, you've just lost a customer who was literally ready to give you money. I had a client once, let's call her Sarah the soap maker, who was spending $150 a day on Google Ads and getting maybe 1 sale every few days. When I looked at her product pages on my phone, I had to pinch and zoom just to see the product price, and the Add to Cart button was smaller than a Tic Tac. We fixed that one issue, made the price clear and the buy button impossible to miss, and her conversion rate doubled in the first week. Sin number 3, the product description desert. Now this one gets a little technical, but stick with me because it's important. Let's say you're selling organic lavender soap, and your product description is just premium soap, smells great. Buy now. To Google, that's like trying to describe the Mona Lisa by saying it's a painting of a lady. Google's algorithm is looking for signals that tell it, this product page is definitely about organic lavender soap for people who care about natural skincare. If your product descriptions are too thin, meaning you're not using relevant keywords and detailed descriptions, Google doesn't get a strong signal about what you actually sell. It's like trying to season a pot of soup with a single grain of salt. Sure, the salt is in there, but it's not going to make any difference to the taste. The real cost of renting your visibility. Here's the thing about Google Ads that nobody really talks about. You're essentially renting your visibility. Every single day you have to pay Google just to be seen. It's like paying rent on an apartment. The moment you stop paying, you're invisible again. Let me break down what this actually costs you. If you're spending $100 a day on Google Ads, that's $36,000 a year. And that's assuming you never increase your budget, never bid on more competitive keywords, and never have to deal with rising costs per click during peak shopping seasons like Black Friday or Christmas. But here's the kicker. Even if your ads are working perfectly, even if you're getting sales and making profit, you're still stuck in this cycle where you have to keep paying more and more just to maintain your position. It's like being on a treadmill that keeps getting faster. You have to keep running harder just to stay in the same place. The SEO alternative, from renting to owning. Now, let me tell you about SEO, search engine optimization, and why it's like buying a house instead of renting an apartment. When you invest in proper e-commerce SEO, you're not paying for each individual visitor to your website. Instead, you're building something that continues to bring you customers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, without you having to pay for each click. Think about it this way. With Google Ads, every single person who clicks on your ad costs you money, whether they buy from you or not. With SEO, once you rank on the first page of Google, every person who clicks on your website listing is completely free. But here's the best part, and this is where SEO really shines for e-commerce. The people who find you through organic search results are often more qualified buyers than people who click on ads. Why? Because they're not just clicking on the first thing they see, which is usually an ad. They're actually looking at the search results, reading the descriptions, and choosing to click on your website because it looks like the best match for what they need. The Google Shopping and Merchant Center opportunity. Here's something most e-commerce businesses completely miss. Google Shopping results and Google Merchant Center optimization. When someone searches for organic lavender soap, they don't just see text ads and organic results. They see product images, prices, and shopping results right at the top of the page. But here's the thing. Getting your products to show up in Google Shopping isn't just about paying for ads. Google also shows organic shopping results based on your product data quality, your website authority, and how well your products match what people are searching for. Most businesses set up Google Merchant Center once, upload their products, and then never touch it again. That's like planting a garden and then never watering it. Your product feed needs constant optimization, your titles need to be keyword-rich, and your product data needs to be more detailed than your competitors. The compound interest of e-commerce SEO. Here's something that'll blow your mind about e-commerce SEO. It has compound interest, just like a savings account, but way better. When you spend $3,000 on Google Ads this month, that money is gone forever. Next month, you have to spend another $3,000 just to get the same results. But when you invest in SEO, each product page you optimize, each blog post you create, each improvement you make builds on top of everything else you've done. It's like planting a tree. In the first year, you might not see much. But in year 2, that tree is bigger and stronger. In year 3, it's providing shade and maybe even fruit. And in year 5, it's this massive, beautiful tree that's providing value without you having to do anything except basic maintenance. That's what good e-commerce SEO does for your business. Every product page you optimize, every category page you improve, every blog post you write about your products is like adding another branch to your tree. And eventually, you have this massive online presence that's bringing you customers around the clock. The geo-targeting revolution for online businesses. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for online businesses. Just because you're not a local business doesn't mean you can't use geographic targeting to your advantage. Let me give you an example. Let's say you sell organic soap and you want to target customers in Philadelphia. Instead of just hoping people in Philadelphia find you, you can create targeted content and offers specifically for that market. Free shipping to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on all organic soap orders over $25. Philadelphia's favorite organic lavender soap, delivered to your door. Why Philadelphia residents choose our organic soaps for Pennsylvania's harsh winters. You can do this for dozens of cities, creating targeted landing pages, shipping offers, and content that speaks directly to people in specific geographic areas. This gives you all the benefits of local targeting while still being a national or international e-commerce business. The long game versus the short game. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say that e-commerce SEO is a magic bullet that works overnight. If someone tells you they can get your products ranking on the first page of Google in 30 days, run away, fast. They're either lying or they're using tactics that will get your website penalized faster than you can say black hat SEO. Good e-commerce SEO is a long-term strategy. It typically takes 3 to 6 months to start seeing significant results, and 6 to 12 months to really hit your stride. But here's the thing. Once you start ranking, once you build that authority and trust with Google, it becomes much easier to maintain and improve your positions. Compare that to Google Ads, where you're essentially starting from scratch every single day. Every morning, you wake up and you're competing in the same auction, paying the same or higher prices, hoping to get the same results you got yesterday. The trust factor in e-commerce. Here's something else that's really important to understand. There's a psychological difference between how people perceive ads versus organic search results, especially when they're shopping online. When someone sees your product ad at the top of Google, there's a part of their brain that thinks this company paid to be here. But when they see your product ranking organically in the search results, their brain thinks Google thinks this is the best result for my search. It's the difference between someone recommending a product because the company paid them to recommend it versus someone recommending a product because they genuinely think it's the best option. Which recommendation would you trust more when you're about to spend your hard-earned money? What's coming next? Alright, so we've established that Google Ads can be a money pit, and that SEO is like building a long-term asset for your e-commerce business. But you're probably wondering, okay, Antonio, this all sounds great in theory, but how do I actually do this? How do I build this magical SEO system that brings me customers while I sleep? Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover in the next 6 episodes of this podcast. We're going to dive deep into the practical, actionable strategies you can use to build an e-commerce SEO presence that dominates your competition. In episode 2, we're going to talk about product page optimization and how to create category pages that target specific product types and customer segments. I'm going to show you the exact formula for building what I call money pages, pages that tell Google exactly what you sell and who should buy it. In episode 3, we'll cover how to build product pages that actually convert visitors into customers. Because getting traffic is great, but getting traffic that turns into paying customers? That's where the magic happens. Episodes 4 and 5 are all about off-page SEO and backlinks. The secret sauce that tells Google your e-commerce website is trustworthy and authoritative. Episode 6 is going to show you what success looks like, how to track your progress, and what to expect as your SEO efforts start paying off. And in our final episode, episode 7, we're going to dive deep into advanced strategies, including Google Merchant Center optimization, and talk about how to create a sustainable, long-term SEO system that keeps working even when you're not actively working on it. Your action step for this week. Before we wrap up today's episode, I want to give you one simple action step you can take this week to start moving away from the Google Ads money pit. Go to your website right now. And I mean right now, pause this podcast if you have to, and look at it on your phone. Not your computer, your phone. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Can someone immediately tell what products you sell and why they should buy from you? If someone landed on your homepage looking for one specific product, would they be confident that you're the right store for them? If you answered no to any of those questions, you've just identified why your Google Ads aren't working. The good news? These are all fixable problems, and we're going to show you exactly how to fix them in the coming episodes. Look, I know it's frustrating to feel like you're throwing money into a black hole with Google Ads. I've been there, and I've helped hundreds of e-commerce business owners break free from that cycle. The key is understanding that there's a better way, a way that builds long-term value for your business instead of just padding Google's profits. SEO isn't just about getting more website traffic. It's about building a sustainable, profitable e-commerce business that doesn't depend on you paying for every single customer who finds you. In our next episode, we're going to start getting into the nuts and bolts of e-commerce SEO. I'm going to show you exactly how to create product and category pages that rank for the products you sell and the customers you want to attract. It's going to be practical, actionable, and most importantly, it's going to start saving you money while bringing you more qualified buyers. Until then, remember this. Clicks don't always equal customers, but strategy brings results. I'm Antonio. Thanks for listening to the SEO Playbook, e-commerce edition, and I'll see you in the next episode.